The police have to follow the law. They both testify that they're police officers, that they know the law. They pulled Miss Eirich over outside of their bounds as law enforcement.
How is it probable cause if it's not an infraction?
Obstructed rear window is an offense, and it's dangerous.
But she just read me the statute.
We just heard Officer Rand say nothing else was wrong.
What happens when a police officer makes a traffic stop based on a law they misunderstood? In this case, the entire prosecution may have been built on one simple detail: 2 side mirrors. And by the end of this hearing, the judge would have to decide whether the police had the legal right to stop the car in the first place.
Mr. Kaplan, your appearance for the People versus Eirich, please. Ms. Bridgeway?
Under the Defender Service, E88847 on behalf of Miss Eirich. Cassandra Eirich.
Thank you.
Call Officer Raymond.
Good morning. Raise your right hand. Swear affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today. Watch your step on my ramp. Have a seat.
At first glance, this sounds like a routine traffic stop that quickly turned into a drug case. But legally, the traffic stop is the foundation of everything that followed. If that foundation was unlawful, then the arrest and search could be challenged too. And now the defense is zeroing in on the exact wording of Michigan law.
You ready, counsel?
State your name, please.
Officer Chris Rain, Brown Police Department.
Raina?
Rain, yes, sir.
Officer Rain, good to see you. Officer Rain, how many years have you worked for the Romulus Police Department?
Be 10 years in July.
Taking it back to December 19 of last year, 2025, about 4 in the afternoon, were you working?
I was.
What were you doing at the time?
I was on patrol.
Did you have a partner, or were you acting alone?
I had a partner, Officer Myson.
Are you in a marked vehicle or unmarked?
Mark,
Uniform or no uniform?
full clad vehicle.
Did you have contact with a woman named Cassandra Eirich?
I did.
Eirich.
Yes.
Where did you have contact with Cassandra Eirich?
The Easter Road, I believe, near Wood. In Ron, City of Romulus.
In what municipalities are located? You said Romulus.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Officer, what caused you to notice this person, Cassandra Eirich?
The rear window of her vehicle was completely blocked, as if she wouldn't have been able to see out of it.
Is it a ticketable offense?
As far as I understand.
Do you remember where precisely you first encountered the driver of the other vehicle?
You mean like where in the city?
Yeah.
It was in the area of Inkster and Wick, is what I recall.
As a result of noticing obstructed window, obstructed windshield, windows, what actions, if any, did you take?
I conducted a traffic stop.
This is the turning point. The defense isn't arguing that the rear window was completely clear. They're arguing that the law allows an obstructed rear window when the vehicle has 2 functioning side mirrors. So the real question becomes, did the officer actually have probable cause to stop this car? Because if the answer is no, everything discovered after that stop could be in serious trouble.
Do you remember what type of vehicle this person was in?
I remember being a smaller sedan. I don't remember the specific make and model, unfortunately. I could look back at the report that my partner wrote if needed.
Unnecessary. Do you know whether the driver was alone in the vehicle?
Sure.
Now, if you saw the driver of that vehicle again, do you think you'd recognize it?
I would.
Look around the court and let Judge Oakley know whether you see it.
The young lady in black.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witnesses identified in the defendant.
Noted.
But what actions did you take, if any, when you made a traffic stop or initiated a traffic stop?
Right.
Did the driver, the siren, comply?
She did. I made contact with the driver's side of the vehicle, and we discovered that her license was suspended.
What did you do when you learned the young lady's license had been suspended?
So with our policy and procedure, it's an arrestable offense. I got her out of the vehicle, placed her in handcuffs, and walked her to the back of the patrol vehicle after conducting a search on her person.
Did you conduct a search of her person?
I'll be honest, the person, I don't remember if it was myself or my partner, Officer Mahyson. I know I searched the vehicle, but I can't recall at that moment if I searched her person or if he did. One of us would have conducted a search.
Any contraband found?
Not on her person.
Did you find any contraband?
I didn't.
Where did you locate contraband?
It was inside of a purse, which had a couple plastic baggies in it. It was on the passenger side of the vehicle.
Any other women in the car or standing in the car?
No, sir.
Defendant offer any explanation?
Cannot recall off the top of my head.
And now the judge is focusing on the exact issue that could destroy the entire case. The prosecution says the obstructed window was dangerous. The defense says danger alone isn't enough, you still need a legal violation to justify the stop. And the judge has already heard testimony that the vehicle had its mirrors. This is where a routine traffic stop starts falling apart, piece by piece.
Officer, what happens when you confiscate what might be controlled substances?
We collect it, we hold it with us until we take it to the station. We kind of do what we call processing the evidence. So we secure it in generally a manila envelope or a plastic bag. We secure it with property tape. Put it in a drop box with what's called an MSP lab sheet, which is just us asking the Michigan State Police to do an analysis of what we believe is narcotics. And then
Defendant member say to you that she had a valid prescription for the controlled substance?
not that I recall,
So what happens ultimately to this defendant?
she'll be arrested for possession of narcotics.
Thank you, nothing from you.
Cross, Ms. Ridgway?
Officer Reyna, you were driving, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're the one who pulled over your scout cars.
That's true.
And you did that because of the allegedly obstructed rear window of this Ford Focus.
Perfect.
You didn't really notice anything else about this car, right?
Perfect.
It had all its mirrors,
As far as I know, yes, ma'am.
and it was operating fine.
Yes.
I have no further questions.
No, incorrect.
You can step down. Watch your step, Chris.
Your Honor, people rest.
Any defense witnesses?
Nope.
Ready for argument?
If dismissed. One word and the entire case is over. The suspected drugs may have been real, but that wasn't enough to save the prosecution. If the original stop was unlawful, the evidence found afterward can be excluded. This is the core idea behind the exclusionary rule. Law enforcement cannot ignore the law and then expect the courtroom to reward the result.
Case happens thousands of times across the United States per day, maybe not Saturday and Sunday. You have police officers on patrol in a marked vehicle, judge. They observe a car with obstructed view for the driver. They initiate a traffic stop. In doing so, they learn that the defendant has a suspended license, and as you know, Judge, that's an arrestable offense. They arrested her, they search her, incident to the arrest, and it's unclear as to who did what. Collectively, the two of them confiscated the drugs, and you know that they followed procedure. You heard from both of them as to what happens with the controlled substance. We would seek a bind over as charged.
Counsel.
Your Honor, this case was a violation of Ms. Eirich's Fourth Amendment rights, and she was pulled over for this alleged infraction. MCL 257.709 clearly states that a person shall not drive a motor vehicle if driver visibility through the rear window is obstructed unless the vehicle is equipped with two mirrors, one on each side. So the only way that they could have probable cause to pull over Ms. Eirich on this day is if her back vehicle was obstructed and she was missing one of her two side mirrors. We just heard Officer Reyna say nothing else was wrong with the vehicle. There was no probable cause to stop the car. That is from Wren versus the United States. That is established law. There was no probable cause to believe a traffic violation had.
This is the part that makes the case so important. The officer may have genuinely believed he was doing the right thing. But good intentions don't replace probable cause. Under the judge's reading of the Michigan statute, the vehicle's two side mirrors changed everything. No lawful traffic violation meant no lawful stop, and that meant the entire chain of events was legally compromised.
Mr. Kaplan, argument?
Well, thank you. Judge, heard unequivocal testimony that vehicle, the silver Ford Focus, 2012, had an obstructed rear window. That's dangerous. It's dangerous driving that way. It could lead to accidents. Legislature doesn't want that. In this case, that's what she had. It's a question of fact for the jury beyond.
Essentially, the police have to follow the law. They both testify that they're police officers, that they know the law. They pulled Ms. Eirich over outside of their bounds as law enforcement. Okay, I understand seeing something obstructed and thinking, oh, maybe she can't see, but unless you have probable cause to pull somebody over for a traffic infraction, you cannot do that. And from this infraction, Ms. Eirich was arrested, a search was conducted. That is all fruit of the poisonous tree in this case. Thank you.
How is it probable cause if it's not a, infraction?
Obstructed rear window is an offense, and it's dangerous.
But she just read me the statute. And it said that the obstructed window is only an infraction if she doesn't have side mirrors.
You didn't hear any evidence about it.
I did. She asked him if he noticed anything else about the car. Did it have its mirrors? And he said, as far as I know.
We take the position that had he not stopped that vehicle, could have been a very serious accident.
Could have been. But I drive an F-150 with a cap on the back and I can't see spit out of my window other than headlights at night. Dismissed. Good police work doesn't always end up with convictions.
Hey,
Boy, you don't get many of those like you just had. That just straight up. Yeah, but I mean, you just don't get too many of those. Just that straight up bad. I mean, they thought they had a good reason. Yeah.
No, my intern, she did the research on it and so
No, as soon as he started saying the reason for the stop, I'm like, wait a minute, I can't see out of my back window unless there's headlights behind me.